Santa took off his beard, and what I saw underneath still haunts me every single Christmas Eve. It was Christmas Eve, and like every year, the mall was a zoo. Kids screaming, holiday music blasting from every corner, lights flickering in red and green. The whole place buzzing with fake cheer. I wasn't there for last-minute shopping. No, my little cousin begged me to take him to see Santa, and by the time we arrived, the line wrapped around the giant snowman display twice. But eventually, after almost an hour, it was finally our turn. My cousin chickened out halfway, so I stepped up to Santa instead. As a joke, I sat on his lap, smiling, ready to play along. He leaned in closer than any mole Santa should, and whispered something under his breath. The words were wrong. Wet sounding, like a language that didn't belong in a living mouth. I froze. He smiled, and his gloved fingers lifted to his beard. Slowly, deliberately, he began to pull. At first, I laughed. I thought he was just showing the next kid his fake beard gag, until I saw the skin stretching. The beard wasn't fake. It was attached, and he was peeling it off, like removing a sticker. The flesh underneath was raw, pink at the edges, but the middle was gray, like dried leather. His eyes were the worst. Not warm or cheerful, but bottomless, black pits that sucked up the light. I tried to scream, to stand, to run, but my voice didn't make it past my throat. The mall suddenly felt different. The music warped, like the speakers were underwater. The crowds disappeared. No kids, no parents, no noise. Just him. Just that thing wearing Santa's skin. He leaned closer, and in a voice that didn't fit the human shape at all, he asked, "Do you know who's next?" I stumbled backward off his lap. The floor beneath me felt soft. Not carpet, not tile, but like stepping on layers of clothing or bags. I looked down. They weren't clothes. They were Santa suits. Dozens of them, stained at the collars, discarded skins. As I backed away, the fake North Pole set began to collapse. The candy canes melted like wax. The giant ornaments bulged as if something inside them was pushing out. Santa, the creature, stood slowly, its legs bent in the wrong direction, its bones cracked with each movement. And then it smiled at me with a mouth that stretched too wide. I ran toward the exit, shoving through the empty corridor, until suddenly the mall was full again. Kids crying, moms yelling, the food court overflowing. All normal, except I couldn't find the Santa booth. The entire setup was gone, vanished, like it had never been there. I ran to mall security, babbling about Santa peeling off skin, about disappearing crowds, about the empty mall. They thought I was drunk, but one guard agreed to check the cameras just to settle me down. We watched the footage together. I saw myself standing in line, sitting on Santa's lap. Then, static. A burst of distorted audio, like sleigh bells echoing through a tunnel. When the video returned, I was running toward the exit, eyes wide, looking behind me at something the camera didn't show. The guard stared at me and said, "Kid, nobody else saw what you saw." But the footage had a timestamp, and in that timestamp, every single camera in the mall malfunctioned for exactly 10 seconds. 10 seconds I will never get back. 10 seconds that changed everything. That night, I tried to sleep. But sleep wasn't happening. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw that raw, gray face beneath the beard. At around 1 a.m., my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I picked it up, whispering, "Hello?" All I heard was slow, ragged breathing, and then a single word. "Not he." The call ended. My chest tightened. My window fogged. From the outside, pressed against the glass, was a handprint, but not a normal one. The fingers were long, too long, like branches, and they ended in sharp points. I moved the curtain an inch. Big mistake. Standing in the snow, lit by the moonlight, was the Santa from the mall. No beard, no disguise, just its real face. Smooth, gray, like wet paper left in the rain. And it was smiling, ear to ear, splitting the skin of its cheeks as it grinned at me. It lifted one finger, slowly, deliberately, and pointed right at my window, right at me. Sleigh bells jingled in the distance, but there were no reindeer, no sleigh, just the sound, just the echo, just the threat. I ducked down, shaking. When I looked again, it was gone. But in the snow, where it had stood, was something small. A scrap of white fuzz, a piece of Santa's beard, flattened in the snow like it had been ripped off in a hurry. I tried to tell myself it was over, that maybe I hallucinated it. Maybe it was the lights, the stress, the crowd. But every Christmas Eve since, every single one, at 1 a.m., I hear sleigh bells. Slow, crackling, coming from somewhere just outside. And every year, I find another scrap of white fuzz on my windowsill. He's still watching, still waiting. And whatever he asked me that night, "Do you know who's next?" I'm starting to think he already chose. So, tell me, would you sit on Santa's lap if you saw what I saw? Comment yes if you dare, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me again for the next nightmare from Screams from the Vault.